You know, I wish the politics of it weren't such a big deal, but the new regulations coming online and the political environment are a very big factor right now. Some of that is I think some of that is just weighing on the banks, and it's a more of a feeling than anything else. So I think a good example of that is when JP Morgan had the London whale situation, where they lost some $7 billion through some bad bets in one of their departments. You know, this was regrettable, obviously, from an investor perspective. You don't want to see $7 billion vanish off the balance sheet like that. And there were obvious internal breakdowns at JP Morgan. But in response, there's been this whole political backlash, and you had hearings about it. You had this big investigation into it. And to some extent, I think the theater takes it a little bit too far, and it's kind of, you know, playing on this idea that bankers are bad, and they're, you know, and it's still a lot of this. From an investor's perspective, I think that part of it may create actually a little bit of an opportunity, because to the extent that everybody's still thinking, oh, you know, bankers are terrible, banks are terrible, they're staying away, and that's keeping valuations low. And if you can buy in at low valuations today, and eventually that clears up a little bit, then things recover, and that's good over the long term. On the other hand, there are real regulations that have been put into place that are coming online. You've got the Volcker Rule, you've got tighter capital regulations through Basel III, that kind of thing. Those are going to impact the actual business. Basel III, for instance, requires that banks keep more capital on their balance sheet, and that means that they will be making less loans, taking on fewer investments, and that impacts returns. However, we're really seeing already a lot of the impact from that because banks have front-ended that, and they've brought on the capital. The big banks in particular are largely at Basel III levels already. So it's not a situation of what will we see this impact down the road. It's kind of we're there, so we're seeing it now. So yeah, the political atmosphere does play a part. I, you know, try to make educated guesses where I can on what direction things are going to go with that, but a lot of that you can't really predict.